I'm Madison Mary and welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. I have some super exciting news. Tomorrow I am driving to go see Christine, Lynn, Herman. I am so excited to go see her. I'm going to surprise my mum as well, so we'll see how that goes, but I'm so pumped. I'm kind of torn because I'm not sure what I want to read this week. Originally I was thinking of reading The Wicked King, but since I'm driving for 8 hours tomorrow, I can definitely finish the current audiobook I'm listening to. Put a little image here, I forget what it's called. And yes, catch you guys up later. Bye! So I started The Wicked King. I am 98 pages in. It's been really nice getting back into this world. It's a lot more politically driven than the prior book, and I definitely do appreciate that a lot more. It is something that I'm much more interested in, and I am finding Jude's role that she's currently in very cool. I want romance in this, and I know that I'm not going to get it because Holly Black does not give in to our woes. It's fine, but I am hoping for just a little bit of something. I want at least some steamy action from this book at some point. Yes! I'm very concerned about Jude's twin sister Tahereh. I don't know, she's being very nice, and I don't trust it at all. Anyway, I'll catch up with you guys in the morning. Bye! It is way too early. I have not been up at like 6:40 in the morning in like ages. So this is great. I'm just gonna turn on my water. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna get ready now. Why is it so much colder than I thought it was? Oh, my hair, there we go. Let's fix that. Okay, I'm in the car now. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Oh. There goes my Apple Music. Okay, random. I'm gonna keep like doing the little random things here and there, but I need to make a rest stop because I really had to pee because I drank way too much coffee and I forgot to pee before I left, which is a rookie mistake. So I pulled into a Hilton Garden Inn and I just walked inside and was like, walked in, peed, came back, and I was like, and the guy was like, "Have a lovely day, ma'am." I'm like, "Thank you, sir. That's right. I'm a patron of this establishment. That's right." I'm digging this lipstick. I'm so pumped. I haven't heard from my mum yet, so I'm still safe. So, rhyme. Hi. Where'd you come from? School. Oh my god. This is awesome. It's sad.
So where did your initial inspiration for your books come from?
I was playing Skyrim, and my character fell off a mountain.
Nobody falls off a mountain in your book.
Until the second one.
Yeah, I just really wanted to write about upstate New York. It became like my adopted home, and I don't know, I put down roots there, which is a tree pun. Oh my god. You agreed to this. 5 main cast teenagers. Justin is like a human golden retriever and is a total Hufflepuff. What else would you call him? Let's see. Harper will fight anyone. Harper will fight herself. But she's a Slytherin. May is very quiet and very angry and is definitely a Slytherin. Violet, who is the main character in TDG, she is a Ravenclaw. No, she's a Gryffindor who thinks she's a Ravenclaw. Like, she would sit on the Sorting Hat and get really mad and be like, no, I won't do it, and she'd have to be dragged. But she's like the most Gryffindor. And then Isaac is a Ravenclaw that thinks he's a Gryffindor.
My son.
Because Isaac would just rather be reading a book.
My boys are easy. Seraphim and
Yeah, they are.
Malachiash are both Ravenclaws. However, Malachiash is what happens when a Ravenclaw goes horribly wrong. Just horribly wrong.
Dark Hermit, Duncan.
I just like Icarus. Like, I like boys with Icarus complexes.
Yeah, you really do.
Nadia is really hard because
We argued about that.
we had an argument over this. And I think we landed on merged houses, whatever.
Oh yeah, you asked if you were allowed to do that.
You never answered.
Well, because I don't think you should be allowed to.
Hey, she's a Hufflepuff, but she'll fight you. She'll fight anyone.
So will
she'll
Hufflepuffs.
fight herself.
Yeah, Hufflepuffs will fight anybody.
Yeah.
You know this.
I don't think she stays a Hufflepuff though. Easiest voice for me to write is Seraphin's, because he and I are very similar. However, Seraphim doesn't like to do anything.
That's true.
So his chapters are the hardest because I can never make anything happen because he doesn't want to do anything.
You're really selling your book.
Listen, things happen. It's just rough on everybody. Malachiash is the one that gives me the most trouble. And
Who's your
it started.
favorite?
Oh, he's my favorite. It started with the book went through a number of drafts, and each draft I kind of threw in a new character. So the first draft only had Nadia, the second draft had Nadia and Seraphim, the last draft had Malachiash. And when he came in, he was not supposed to last for very long. And every 3 chapters of me writing, he would turn around and say or do something that would negate everything that I had written up until that point. And I'd be like, well, Craig, I have to reevaluate literally everything. And then I would think I knew what I was doing, and I would go further, and 3 more chapters would go by, and he would turn around and say or do something, and it would negate everything, plus everything else. And then I would have to, and that happened all the way to the end, where he then torched the entire book.
I think Violet and Isaac are the easiest for me to write because, well, Isaac would just show up every time I was having trouble with a scene because I've always known how to write Isaac and I could fix it. And Violet has like a voice, her voice is the closest to my voice as a person because she has my sense of humor. And but she does like to lampshade, so I've had to cut a lot of like really self-referential like fourth wall breaks. Like, the line about her being like, oh look, of course there's a creepy attic is still in the book. But
I remember that line.
yeah, but there were more lines like that I did cut. Like, nobody had to tell me, I knew that it was too far. 4 families that founded the town all have different magical abilities, and they've been in like an 150-year power struggle over them, and so the dynamics between all of them are really complicated, and so is the history, and so these kids have all been raised to know that they have to work together, but also that they can't trust each other, and that's like really messed them up fundamentally, I think.
We both have books that have group casts of characters that cannot trust literally anyone else in the
Yeah,
book.
and so like who you think you understand like changes from chapter to chapter and POV to POV, and that was really fun to write and not at all a headache.
It's a little stressful when you get to that point where
I started forgetting who was betraying who.
can trust
Everyone's
who.
betraying everybody. It's very exhausting. Can they take a nap?
which thread leads to which betrayal at which point in the book. Yeah.
And so it's but I think it's important that they can still be teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still kids.
They're so weird.
They are so weird.
My kids are weird. Your kids are weird.
Yeah, that's why we became friends.
That's our
Ever got the chance to live in the world of your story, would you? Do you think you'd survive?
No. No, I would die.
Yeah, you would die.
I would die.
Almost immediately.
I would almost immediately die. I think one of my kids would kill me.
Oh, yeah, and you'd be really happy about
Malakiash
it.
would kill
You'd
me.
be so happy
Yeah,
about it.
it would be fine.
I mean, I did kind of, I went to college in like the non-magical version of this story, but like I'm like that white girl in a horror movie who's like, I will go into the woods, pick up the sacred object, and say all the words on it. So I'd last like 2 minutes.
What's the favorite thing that you had to cut from your manuscript before publication?
All right. I had to cut. There's this scene where everybody gets drunk. It's still in there, but it used to be a lot longer, and there used to be a lot more bantering, and I had to cut it because I had to restructure the whole middle of the book, which was very stressful for me. You read it before.
Was this when someone was in a band?
No. Okay, someone was in a band in the first draft, and we don't talk about the band. That's not true. The band gets brought up all the time because I tweet about it. Yeah, they were in a band in the first draft, but that was not my favorite thing that I cut. That was very embarrassing.
I think it's great. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it is funny.
It's the best.
But yeah, I had to cut a lot of extra banter, and some of the lines were the funniest lines in like the whole. Oh my god, I miss. That was when I think you read it, this version of it, when
The Memory of a Goldfish.
Yeah, I know. I like telling you the same story over and over again because I can get the same reaction.
I get the same. Yeah, I'll react the same
It's
time.
like talking to a dog.
I don't remember anything.
But there was the line where Justin May makes fun of Justin for crying to 80s classic rock at a 4th of July party. And I had to cut it, and I love that line.
Who amongst us has not cried to 80s rock at a 4th of July party? Truly.
And I just loved that because I feel like that's like the essence of Justin's character. He really just wants everybody to ride around in a car together and listen to classic rock and like sneak beers and have that be like their biggest problem. And instead he's like, oh no, everything is so bad. Everyone else is a lot chiller with how bad it is. All right, now you have to answer it.
Okay. Gosh, I miss this scene so much. So blood magic. You have to spill blood onto spellbook pages to use magic. So the blood mages in the book obviously are very used to spilling a lot of blood. And there is a scene, and I miss it so much, in which Malakiash has just done a bunch of magic all at once and just passes out, just faints. And everybody's like, well, I guess we'll just drag him into the church by his ankles. Like, he's very tall, and they're all not, so we'll just get him in there however we can.
It's not like they could get him over their shoulder.
No,
you can't fireman's carry him.
No. And it went on a little longer, and I had to cut it for pacing reasons. But they're starting to plan their course of action, and he comes out of this back room just wailing about the fact that he's anemic and everyone is ignoring him and he's gonna die because he bled so much.
You sent me the book after you had cut that scene, and you love that scene so much that you sent it to me, and it's so funny.
I miss it so much.
It's really great.
It's not in the book anymore.
It's classic.
I'm gonna try to. My
bonus content.
No, my goal is to work it into the last book, which would be the funniest place to have it after we've had 3 books of him being a nightmare.
God. Then he can just continue to be an emotional nightmare. Oh, I also had to cut the scene where Isaac reads to children in the library. And
yes! Yes! You sent me that one.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, I jogged my memory. I guess my memory is not that great either. Because we had this conversation about scenes we had cut, that we were both sad about. Yeah, there was initially it was my favorite scene in Act 1, and I cried for 2 days when I cut it. It's hard to be a young adult, which is what we both are now, but it was harder to be a teenager. And I don't want to talk down to the teenagers I write for, or to act like it's not complicated or messy or weird, or to act like just because you make mistakes you're a bad person and there's no coming back from it. It's important to me to talk about, it really is important for me to talk about the fact that you can love people who have done terrible things, and also that you're not necessarily terrible if you've made bad choices. Also that a bad choice is relative, Sometimes it's the best option you have. what are you allowed to tell us about your next project?
So Wicked Saints is a trilogy, and the trilogy structure is Wicked Saints is Nadia's book, book 2 is Seraphine's book, book 3 is Malakiash's book. I am drafting book 3 and finishing book 2 right now. And book 2, I can't tell you the title, I can't tell you too many details.
I know the title. I saw a cover.
It's very good.
It's very good.
I call it my cosmic horror forest road trip book.
That's fairly accurate.
I mean,
You have to throw eyes in there.
There's a lot of eye horror, so just be warned.
Emily got scared of some of her own eye horror.
It's really creepy. Talk about your sequel.
There's flesh trees in my sequel. I consulted with one of my best friends who's currently in med school about really gross ways that you can combine like bodies and nature. And I'm really excited about it because, I mean, it's obviously not medically accurate because you can't actually do that, I hope. But it's really gross. But I love my sequel. I'm also working on my sequel, which comes out next spring and is not in nearly as good shape as yours because we have different deadlines. I don't understand publishing.
My deadline got moved and I had to draft in I had to write 40,000 words in 11 days and I lost all of October. I don't remember it. I don't remember actually most of last year because of this.
Sequels are fun. Writing a book under contract is fun.
Deadlines, man, they can get tense.
Yeah, I did not have to do that, but the sequel is in okay enough shape that the plot is at least going to stay the plot. So I feel like I can tease parts of it without being oh, that's going to be totally different. It's May Hawthorne's book, which is a thing that surprises people, but I am really excited about because I very deliberately tried to. I feel like everybody overlooks May, including May, and I'm really excited. And I loved writing her POV. There are 4 POVs, but I won't tell you who the other 3 are. And there is kissing, so that is...
I'm not going to ask about the POVs.
Nobody kisses a flesh tree.
You know what? I think I'm glad. In my world, there's no therapy in high fantasy.
Maybe there should be. There should be. Some sort of support group. Oh, I guess
I wrote Star Wars fan fiction when I was 8.
None of that surprises me.
Or have I ever been caught looking at numerous baby name websites / serial killer-esque research by a worried family member or friend?
Oh, my internet history thinks I'm pregnant because all I do is Google names.
I use name generators. So I do not use baby name websites. I let the internet do my work for me.
I mean, isn't that just Googling?
I got Malakiash from a name generator.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm also really ridiculous about, I can't write a character until I know their names. Everybody gets named first.
Yeah, me too.
I know a lot of people who don't do it like that.
I never change character names.
Same.
Once they're set, they're set.
I have not changed anybody's name since
Which
the
is
first
why
round.
I have Malakiash.
Oh.
And he doesn't get a nickname.
Yes.
I'm actually relaying a question because I'm live vlogging this.
Oh,
yes!
For Emily, does Malakiash get a bath?
Oh my god!
Wait, who wrote that question? Who wrote it? I bet you.
Listen! Listen! He's a little gross in book 1. Okay, listen. He's a little gross in book 1. He takes 3 baths in book 2.
Because people kept
asking me. He's clean. He has to be.
Bones in his hair.
He's got bones in his hair.
Are they clean?
Questionably. Yeah.
Curious, the Spotify playlist that you have on your Twitter, is that the one that you used while you were writing?
So I actually had 8 different playlists when I wrote it. I'm a method.
You know what?
writer.
I know. I shouldn't be surprised.
Every single character had their own playlist, and then that I would listen to before I was writing either their POV or a scene that was really centric for that character. And then there are playlists for the ships, but that's really spoilery, so I can't tell you. But I compiled the highlights chronologically into the one on Spotify. So there are songs from every single playlist in there. And it's roughly the order that things happen in the book. I also had Violet's audition program on piano. I played piano for 10 years, so that's why she plays piano. I just give characters my hobbies because I'd rather research folklore than research cross-country, which I also did. And I...
No hobbies in high fantasy.
Oh, that's true. They're really busy.
Not dying.
Yeah. Mine have to go to school. They don't
And do
their
no homework.
no homework ever.
No homework.
No homework. Really, the most unrealistic part about this is that any of them think they're gonna get into college.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're all failing.
Oh, I mean, like, canonically, actually. Oh, I also had to cut a line about Isaac doing Justin's homework.
You have to cut a lot of things.
Thank you. That was a really good question.
I love the playlist.
I'm glad you like it. I worked really hard on it, and also it took me a long time to figure out how I could, like, put it on the internet without linking it to my personal Spotify. Nobody needs to know.
Oh, I just let people see my personal
No,
Spotify.
nobody needs to know all of the weird stuff I listen to.
Yeah, I listened to the same black metal song 14 times, and I promise you, I'm okay.
Okay, so I also have that review sign too. I died.
I think I recognize you.
I love so much. And the way that the epilogue ended, I was like, I'm so excited. But it's also really cool that you're putting Nay as like one of the main POVs. Because that whole thing that she can do.
There's a lot going on there, and I love that it turned into her, actually. I was very worried about it being polarizing, but I actually waited for more about it. Okay, wait. Your name is
Madison Mary.
Madison. Okay, sweet. So do you want me to write two Madisons?
Okay.
You can do to Madison Mary.
I gotta use the pen. I can't do the big Sharpie.
I'm sorry.
You gotta do what you gotta do. It's no problem. M-A-D-I-S. I know, it's funny because some people do spell it with double D's, so you never know.
Yeah.
There's so many special editions of your book coming out. I'm actually really excited because I'm getting the shelf love version of it.
Yeah.
I'm really
The
excited.
art is really
Oh
cool.
my god, the artists that they chose for it.
It's really cool.
They do the best. I got that because they do a lot of Grisha ones,
Yes.
like their tarot cards, and I adore them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when they said it was like going to be in that copy, I was like,
The full internal thing is so beautiful.
The colors
I
are
love
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys so much. I
Thank you
enjoyed
so much
it.
for coming.
Amazing day yesterday I have ever had. Ever. What a flipping whirlwind of a day. It was so much fun. Yeah, I did drive like 8 hours total. But it's fun. It was so worth it. It was so much fun meeting Christine Lynn Herman and Emily A. Duncan. They were such amazing people. Them together as well for this was so cute. They were so funny together, and they had like this cute little like wit of banter going back and forth between them, and they're just such awesome people and just so genuine and cool. And like this was like my first time actually going to an author signing. So it was such a phenomenal first experience, especially because it was a lot more quaint in the Barnes & Noble. I was lucky, and I got to talk to Christine about like the book, and I got to ask her a question. I was so like dumbstruck. I just kind of sat there, and they were like, does anyone have any questions? And I was just like, I have all the questions, but they were all so spoilery, the ones that I could think of, that I was just like, Spotify playlist. I wish I had like probably thought of a question beforehand, but I'm still glad like I came up with something, and she was really happy to answer it, so that was awesome. And Emily really got me hyped for the Wicked Saints. Hearing her talk about it, it sounds awesome. I cannot wait to meet all of her children, and I think it's hilarious that she used a name generator for the names of them. Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, it was such a fun day. I love surprising my mum. And then I got to see my little brother. He's not so little. If you saw that clip, he's like 6'4" and I'm 5'9", so. I then drove home. I got back at like, I want to say 12:40, and so I was really just exhausted, so I just did not film any clips. But I finished listening to Lies You Never Told Me, and oh my god, I would have filmed a clip of me in the car if it wasn't pitch black out. I literally sat in my car and there was this major plot reveal, and I'm not even kidding to you when I say I yelled in my car, what the, and then I kept saying that for probably a solid 5 minutes. Oh my god, this was actually so good. I think I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Okay, I have to go make my coffee to get ready to leave, but I will catch you guys up later. Bye. Okay, so I just got back from class. There's a package. I think I bought something. I also don't think I bought something. I'm wearing white jeans. I choked on my coffee. I now have coffee on my white jeans. And my Uber had a wet patch in the back seat, and now my butt is wet. So this is like already half weirdly open, and it's one of these really yucky packagings where it's like this. I don't like, so I don't know what I'm going to do. It's every hard doorway. Wait, who said this? I take it back, my day's great. Oh my god. I feel like crying. This is so sweet. Like, it means so much to me that like what I do in here like makes other people happy too, because I adore this community and it has made such a difference to me, and I have just made so many amazing friends, and my life has been so much better since joining this community, because I have a real sense of belonging since joining, and oh my god, whoever this person was has legitimately made my entire day. I love you guys so much, and I'll catch you up later. Bye.
I'm listening to this message and I'm like, oh shit, so 2 people sent her something and then you're talking and I'm like, it's mine. What perfect timing. This is the time to speak. Oh my gosh, you are ridiculous.
I am dying right now. My stomach hurts. And there are tears in my eyes. So I'm on Boxer with Jade and Soleil. And so much has gone down. And then I brought up that someone sent me every heart door. And it was Jade. And oh my god, my stomach hurts so much. I can't do this. I just had to monument my like internal laughing dying moment. Look at this. I am so close. I have just been speeding. I'm on chapter 27. I am loving it so much. It is so good. Not a 5 out of 5 star, and I've always known that, because I mean I only ever gave The Cruel Prince 4 out of 5 stars. I think I might actually listen to my audiobook while I walk to class. I just got the Cellar by Natasha Preston the other day, so yeah. Bye. Good morning. I don't remember what I updated you guys on yesterday, but oh my god, you can see the bags under my eyes so much. I finished The Wicked King last night. I also wrote my Goodreads review for it, and in the end I have decided to give it a 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, so I actually really enjoyed it. I will say that the start of this novel, it was good, but it definitely took a while to get back into it getting anything exciting. I love this world so much. I think Holly Black does such an amazing job with how she creates her fae. I think faes are just like canonically gorgeous creatures, and that's the whole appeal to them, is they're these gorgeous creatures that are very trickstery. I feel like the 3rd book will have to be so much longer, because The Wicked King was like only 320 pages or something. That's not long at all for a typical high fantasy book. And so I feel like the third book is the finale. It's gonna have to be at least 500 pages. Tahereh, whatever the hell Jude's twin sister's name is, she's a horrible human being, and you know what? She just, no, I don't like her. She is just so, she's just such a horrible, like, I swear to God, you think when you get to this book and you start it, you think, oh, maybe she's getting better. Maybe she is. And then you know what, you get to the end and you're like, no, she's still a horrible person. She's still horrible. Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe I just wrote my review also last night for Lies You Never Told Me by Jennifer Donaldson. So good. Like, the more I think about that book, the more I realize just how amazing it was. I decided to give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Originally it was the 3.5 out of 5 stars. And then the last 40% just really did it for me, and I instantly brought it up an entire star rating. Like, it was so phenomenal. There's just a plot twist, and I did not call it at all, and it really shook me, and I'm so glad I read this book, because it's been a while since I've read a mystery thriller that's really shocked me. And I will say that this book is definitely more of a psychological suspense than like anything else, since it does focus a lot on toxic manipulative relationships as at its core. I went into it pretty blindly, and I kind of gathered from I mean, you can tell straight from the beginning that Elise's storyline, that she like falls in love with her teacher. So if that's something that bothers you, be aware of it. I mean, I'm honestly, like, I really hate that whole trope. I don't like when you have a teacher and a student relationship. It really does irk me. But that was kind of the point of this book, was to show the naivety of Elise falling in love with this older man. And so, really, Z, I'm glad it stopped raining. But oh my God, I started Shatter Me last night, and like, I was legit just at Ulta yesterday, and I just ran out of my MAC Prep and Prime. Like, I'm so bothered right now. But yeah, so super psyched. My camera is heating up, so I'll catch you guys up in a little bit after I've kind of had breakfast and stuff, and I'll continue giving you guys like a little bit of an update. Yeah, bye. I was supposed to take a 20-minute nap and slept through my alarm. Ended up sleeping for a lot longer. But I'm going to open this package that Sarah sent me. Okay, I'm not gonna look. Let's see, there's a message. I don't know if you guys can see what that is. I'm dead, Sarah. It's actually so pretty. Look how pretty that is. It's like, oh, gorgeous. Thank you so much, sis. I feel like I don't normally see 4-panel comics a lot. These are what they look like, if anyone's like curious. It's like 8 o'clock now, so I'm going to get dinner ready and then go back to studying. Bye. So I read to page 100, and honestly, I really am loving this. I'm not gonna lie, like, I was a bit skeptical. This book was published back in like 2011, so God knows how long it's been since I read a dystopian book. Hang on, let me find the pink quote. I've seen this quote before, and I did not know that it came from Shatter Me, which is really surprising. It's this: I spent my life folded between the pages of books. I did not know that this came from Shatter Me, and that really surprised me. It's so interesting because I already know that Warrenette is like endgame going into this, but that's all I know going into this series. I will admit that at first this was a bit difficult because I was a bit thrown aback by the way that the story is written. It's very stream of consciousness from Juliet's mind, and so, you know, there are times where you don't have commas, or just like basic grammar and punctuation is just kind of thrown to the wind. And as the story's gone on, I've actually come to really appreciate it, and I think it's actually really interesting. I'm really happy with this so far, so thank you so much, Whitney, for loving this book series, because now I'm reading it. I was just so shocked by like who Adam was. You know, after him being in the cell, I was like, wait, what? He's that? He's, wait, what? Like, there has to be other people who have powers too. Like, it can't just be Juliet. Like, someone else has to have powers. Like, one of those two main dudes. Like, Adam or Warner. What is Warner's first name? We haven't even learnt it yet. Catch you guys up tomorrow. Bye. Hi. So, it's... 4 in the morning. I think I stopped studying for my exam around 1. I'm now on page 205 of Shatter Me. Wow, I am actually so glad that I have been reading this. You guys, it is bum.com. The only complaint I do have is the fact that decal edges are like a legit bitch to tab. Like, it doesn't look like I have that many tabs in there. But I have so many because you can't even see them because the pages are all different sizes. Ah, it's so annoying. It's so frustrating because I really do like Adam. But I know that I'm not supposed to eventually, but I have a feeling that he's gonna be like a total Tamlin. Like, I'm gonna really like him in this book, and then the next book he's gonna be such a total dick. Warner is a horrible human being. Like, I don't know. Like, he is so problematic. Like, boy, he's just like shooting people in the head. Not a good person. Like, a little bit of a carton going on here, honestly, guys. Because if Juliet has these crazy powers, which even get crazier as the story goes along, like, her hands don't just like straight up like kill people, they like kill everything if she's, you know, determined enough, which first off is pretty damn cool. Like, I must say so myself. Like, that scene where she's in the torture chamber, like, the scene, like, literally page 184, I used 2 tabs. I used my purple plot tab and my green WTF tab. Like, I couldn't just choose one. Like, I had to use both of them there because I just sat here and I was all like, okay, bye guys. Don't you love this dress? Hi guys. It's 6 p.m. on Tuesday. Just thought I would let you guys know that I have been listening to The Cellar by Natasha Preston, and oh my god. Oh my god. There's just like so much. It skips pretty early on to suddenly 5 months later, and she's still like stuck. Like, she's still kidnapped 5 months later. She's still stuck in the freaking cellar. Like, this is like my worst fear, is being kidnapped. It's just so crazy to me because she literally walked, like, Summer walked from her house to the bars, and then from the bars she was trying to help her friend look for her other friend who'd gone, like, who just ran out crying, and then that's when she was kidnapped, and she knew the drive wasn't that far, so she, like, clearly she's still pretty close, but they can't find her, and it's just so devastating to me, honestly. Ugh. And it's so frustrating because this book is so long. I'm still only halfway through, and as much as I do love this book, I'm just like, how are we still only halfway through? Like, but yeah, that's what I have to say for now, and I'll catch you guys up later. Bye. Good morning. So I am just going to actually end the vlog. My week is just getting really hectic and really busy, and I'm just really stressed out, and I just don't even have the time to read these last 2 days. So I'm currently reading Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. I'm also currently listening to The Cellar by Natasha Preston. I finished The Wicked King by Holly Black, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. And then I also read Lies You Never Told Me by Jennifer Donaldson, and I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button down below. If you want to see more of me, please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, thanks a bunch, guys. Bye!